It's one of those times where we've been grinding day, night, and it was the last day, the last night iteration, and you know, everyone was tired. Everyone was starting to drone out. Everyone needed a little motivational bump, a little pick-me-up. I am Captain Jordan Scanlan. I'm an American Samoan native, and I am a commander in Lancer Brigade, HHC 117.
Are you ready?
When you're born in American Samoa, you're born a U.S. national, which is exactly the same as a U.S. citizen. You just can't vote for the president. To me, the benefit of that title is we maintain a very strong sense of nation, sense of self with the United States, while also maintaining an incredibly powerful and unwavering passion for being Samoan and never truly feeling as if we have lost our culture or anything like that. In American Samoa, there are very few ways to, quote unquote, get off the rock, like we say. You either play football or you join the military. It's common because our culture and the military have so many parallels. Culturally, we have a tremendous respect for our elders, but it's also a culture of love and respect and compassion and all attributes and things that you need to be a successful leader in the military. I am a descendant of chiefs. My whole family, the Scanlan family, is a pretty large Samoan family. My grandmother, she had the high chief title of Tumalu. Definitely not the highest, but certainly up there. And her talking chief was my dad. His chief title was Ali'imau. He was the talking chief for High Chief Tumalu. So I've got a couple items here that are kind of unique to my culture. They're all related to being a chief. So this one is the ulafala. The ulafala is just one of many types of ulas that we wear, or like necklaces in it, and it would kind of go on like this. Typically worn by either a high chief or a talking chief of the village for ceremonial purposes, church, funerals, weddings, that type of stuff. The second item I brought, this one here, this one's called the fue. And the fue, just like the ula, it's worn or used for ceremonial purposes. This one less common than the ula, but it's kind of used in conjunction with this other item here. And this is the ko'oko, right? Or like it's a talking chief staff, I guess, loosely translated. And the way they kind of work is the talking chief will kind of hold it up and he'll bend his arm and hold it like this, and he'll have the fue kind of on his side. And as he's talking to the villagers or to his, those he leads in the village, his family members, they'll kind of do this. And the cultural significance of this, honestly, it's just a thing, and part of that movement is a part of, call it the heuristics or the speech patterns of being a chief. And it's important because they are the symbols of being a chief. There are three types of chiefs in our culture, right? There's the high chief, who can also have all of these things. There's the talking chief, who typically does have the ko'oko, right? Because he is the voice of the high chief. Right, and then you just have chiefs. Think of it as XO, first sergeant commander. We had a popular kind of video here and the unit, and everyone thinks it's the haka, right? The haka. Haka is awesome, love it, but that's actually a Maori thing. That's not a Samoan. Samoans have, I guess, if you had to do a 1-for-1 haka, for New Zealand, and then the Samoan equivalent, you'd probably be the Siva Samoa, which is a lot more jovial, kind of like a lot of hopping around. But there's also the fa'aluma, and the fa'aluma is, I think, loosely translated as conductor, but it's basically the person who's up in front of the village with his people and starts to chant. And that's what we kind of did in that kind of, call it, I guess, viral video. So we did the fa'alama, and it's basically where the guy comes up and he kind of rubs his hands. He's like, me, patia, which just means clap. And patia, luapati maleo. oh, and everyone just kind of does that. And then we did a fa'umu at the end, which is like the choo-hoo, like the war cry. Yeah, that's what we did, and it was just kind of like right time, right place, right moment.